This week we're going to reverse the process of the last 2 weeks where we doubled the note values in meters. Now we're going to halve them. So we'll focus on simple meter, in this case 2 and 3, but we will use eighth notes as the beat instead of quarter notes. And we will continue studying melodies that use 16th notes and all the diatonic intervals. The first rhythm, instead of 2-4, we write 2-8, and now the eighth note gets the beat. So the first bar is 2 eighth notes. That's a complete measure right there. And you can continue reading all the rest of them. 2 eighth notes, eighth and 2 sixteenths, 2 eighth notes, 2 eighth notes, eighth and 2 sixteenths, dotted eighth, 1 16th, and then an eighth note and an eighth rest. Continuing on, eighth note, 2 sixteenths, eighth note, 2 sixteenths, 4 16th notes. That's like having 4 eighth notes in 2-4. Eighth note, 2 sixteenths, 4 16th notes, 4 16th notes, dotted eighth and a 16th, and then an eighth note and a rest. Eighth note, 2 sixteenths, eighth note, eighth rest. Quarter note, that fills the entire measure. Eighth note, eighth rest. Eighth note, 2 sixteenths, eighth note, eighth rest. Quarter note, eighth note, eighth rest. So we get this repetition of the same exact thing. The only difference is instead of mezzo forte, we have pianissimo. Now to end it off, eighth note, 2 sixteenths, 2 eighth notes, eighth note, 2 sixteenths, 2 eighth notes, dotted eighth, 16th, 4 sixteenths, 4 sixteenths, and then a quarter note. Okay, let's do this.
Ta 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 ti ti ta 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 ti ti ta ti ta ta ti ti ta ti 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 ta ti 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 ta ti ta ta ti ti ta 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 ti ti ta 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 ti ti ta 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 ti ti ta 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 ti 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 ta.
Okay, now here we have 3 eighth notes as our meter instead of 3 quarter notes. So this is considered simple meter again. Might be confused with compound meter because you can see that they've beamed all of these eighth notes, but that can be deceptive. We're thinking about the eighth note as the beat unit now. Okay, so there's 3 eighth notes, and those eighth notes are divided up into 2 16th notes each. So that's why we call it simple meter. So 3 eighth notes, and then a dotted quarter fills the entire measure. Here we've got eighth note, dotted 16th, 32nd, and then an eighth note. So that's going to be ta, ti, ki, ta, or ti, ti, ki, ti. Then we have dotted quarter note, fills the whole measure. 3 eighth notes, quarter note, eighth note, quarter note, dotted 16th and a 32nd. So again, 1, 2, 3 E and a. 1, 2, 3 E and a. Ta, ti, ki. These next 4 measures are all 16th notes, but we're thinking of them as like eighth notes in 3/4 time, but we're writing 3/8 times, so every value is halved. So this is really going to be t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t t like that. All right, here we've got some syncopated patterns. 16th, 8th, 8th, 16th, tied to 16th to 8th, 16th, 8th, 8th, 16th, tied 16th, 8th, and then 3 16ths. So ti ta ta ti 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 ta ta ti ta ta ti ta ti 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 ti. This continues here with 3 eighth notes, eighth note, 16th, 16th rest. And then the last beat of the measure, dotted 32nd and a 16th, dotted 16th and a 32nd. T, 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 ki, T, 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 T. This is, just have a little rest here, so we hold this one short, but it's 3 beats on the beat, even. Now we have not a half note. It's a quarter note. If 3/4 time, that would be a half note. It's a quarter note, and then 2/16 notes instead of 2/8 notes. All right, here's a little reverse dotted rhythm. So 16th, dotted 8th, and then an 8th note. Dotted 8th, 3/16, 2/8 notes, 8th rest. Syncopation pattern again. Now here we have the syncopation pattern and then 30-second notes. So ti-ta, tiki, tiki, tiki. 30-second notes are like 16th notes in 3/8 time. Syncopation pattern, just like before. 16th notes, syncopation pattern, and then rests until the end. Okay, let's try it.
Ta 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 tiki ta 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 tiki ti 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 ta ta ti ta ta ti ta ti 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 tiki ta 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 ti tiki ta 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 ti ta ta ti 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 ta 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 ti 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 ta ta ti ta ta ti ta tiki 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 ti ta ta ti ta ti 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 ta ti 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 ta.
Now we're in A flat major for our melodic etude. And the first thing that we get is an outline of a tonic triad. And then the notes that are involved in the 5/7 chord. Okay, there's no sol, but the rest of the notes are all members of the 5/7 chord. Then we have a tonic skip from mi up to do, so a minor sixth, and then a major third from ti down to sol. So those are the first two mi do are in the tonic triad, and then ti sol are in the dominant triad. And then we get a 2 triad, la, re, fa, and then a little cadence, sol, do, 5/1. Okay, let's sing it.
Do, sol, mi, do, ti, re, fa, re, mi, do, ti, sol, la, re, fa, sol, do.
Here's the second melodic exercise, full melody. We're in 6/8 and in G major. First idea is all stepwise, rotating around do and re, going up to mi. And then the second measure, mi, re, do, stepwise. And then we have down to sol and up to fa. So that's the minor seventh that's in the 5/7 chord. So we're exercising singing sevenths in this one. Then the last part is actually 3 bars long. We have mi, re, do, ti up to la. So ti up to la is another minor seventh. And that goes down sol, all the way down by step, to re, all the way down by step to ti, and then up by step, back down onto do. So the rest of it is stepwise. Really the two tricky things are the minor seventh leaps in this one. Okay, let's sing it.
Do, re, do, ti, do, re, mi, do, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do, re, do.
Third melodic exercise, we're still in 6/8, but this time we're in E flat major. First 2 measures or so, but with the pickup obviously, so that skews things a bit. Starting on sol and going down by step, fa, sol, fa, mi, fa, re, all the way down to re. Then we go up by step, re, mi, fa, sol, la, jump down to mi, up by step to fa, down to re, to do, and then re, mi, do. Then we get mi, sol, fa, mi, re, and then the same pattern up a step, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, down a fifth, re, mi, fa, down a minor third to re. Now those last two re eighth notes actually go into the next idea, which jumps up to fa and goes down all the way by step to ti, back up to do, and then we have tonic skips, so mi, do, mi, sol. Then we have do, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, do, sol, fa, mi, fa, re. Very similar to the opening melody, it's just a variation of it. Okay, and then we get into mi, fa, sol, mi, do. So that's sol, mi, do, tonic skips. And then a repeat of the exact same thing, mi, fa, sol, mi, do. But we're going, one is forte, one is piano. And then the ending, mi, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. All the way down by step. Mi, sol, re, sol, do. Okay, let's sing this one.
Sol, 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 fa, mi, fa, re, re, mi, fa, sol, la, mi, fa, re, do, re, mi, do, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, re, mi, fa, re. Re, fa, mi, re, do, ti, do, mi, sol. Do, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, mi, do, sol, fa, mi, fa, re. Mi, fa, sol, mi, do. Mi, fa, sol, mi, do. Mi, fa, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, mi, sol, re, sol, do.